Oh, I'm back. I have a unscheduled social engagement coming up, which means is not taking it too seriously. I called up these two women that live near here. I called up, hey, can I come by someday with a bottle of brandy? And one of them said yes. I was going to do it, but something weird happened. One of them came out at night, 'cause, yeah, I'm crazy, right? And it's kind of a anyway. But then they came, the other one came out tonight and said basically where you been, and so I'm gonna I'm probably up all night, so I can't do it tonight. It's today, rather, it's after midnight. New day starts at 7 the way I see it, and um, so I can take Adderall at 7 a.m. if I've been up all night, rather than having to suffer until I sleep. And also, it's better that way because I am supposed to take two a day, and I'll develop a tolerance. It's a bit faster that way. But um, even if one of them said to come by afternoon, and they're, they really only pack a punch for 6 hours, and so that means I'd have to double the second dose if I was going to take an extra one. At which point, I know from experience that I just wouldn't be with it enough anyway. I'd be awake. I could play a video game, but I couldn't really interact with, worth a damn. So that's why. But if I do stay up all night, then I'll go to bed at 5 in the afternoon or so, and wake up nice and on Saturday. I probably prefer it on the weekday. On a weekday though, um, and avoid the inconvenience of the whole thing, right? Um, I guess my days are sentenced. Things are starting to pile up that I realize I need to do. Um, you know, you've been cleaning a bit tonight, a bit, and I, I'm going to do the 40 hours a month of driving for Uber. I've got to get that started, and doubtlessly they want me to get my car inspected, and it won't pass inspection. It needs a part for the door handle. My brother said it's basically a new car. Just get that door fixed. There's a mechanic, and so I have to call him. I called him already. He didn't call back. I feel the same way, right? I don't know how else to phrase it, but I'll call him and ask him for the part for the door or I order from Amazon because no auto shops can have it the same day, and I've got to wait for the repair. And because I basically can't afford an Uber there, and they drop it off and take me back there. And why anyway? We can just get there at 7 a.m. and yeah, if you aren't waking up at 2 o'clock and wait 45 minutes. Um, so I gotta do that, and I'm afraid that they will make me get my tax sticker too. This will be a hassle because my aunt will not just give me money for the tax sticker. She will need to see the bill before she does it. Incidentally, I think she's out. I already tell you one more time something else that she did, but something happened that was a big enough deal where I think he got her. Hoping to hear from him next year because it probably will take that long. I got to schedule a court hearing, all that shit. Um, so, um, what is there? Um, um, so what I gotta do is this, I gotta change my mailing address at the DMV if you're not in Virginia Department of Motor Vehicles, if it's not called that everywhere. And then I gotta call the courthouse and ask them to send me the bill that will bring me up to date. And I gotta mail that bill to my aunt, have her pay it, and the courthouse will mail me the stickers. So that's like a month right there, probably, right? Because the government was slow. So that really fucking sucks. Um, it was stupid me. We'll just get the car cleaned up. Um, so I should be looking for jobs, but my head's so grainy from the insomnia, and I haven't mentioned. People comment when I just am talking to myself, so yeah, so not that bad, but comments, right? But to be clear, it's not exhaustion, obviously. At times I need to lie down and recharge for a little bit, but it's not exhaustion. It's the first thing in the morning insomnia where the world doesn't quite make sense. That's far worse than just exhaustion. Once this wears off and I begin sleeping again, it'll be exhaustion for probably about 6 or 7 days. That's not going to be great either, but at least I'll be charging up again. And it's just the truth. And I predict that by Sunday night, I'll be sleeping soundly again, and I'll probably sleep 12 to 14 hours a day for 5 or 6 days, um, which will be time that I will, in the 10 to 12 hours I'm awake, will likely not be super productively spent because uh, with you. Um, these two women, one of them I noticed the first time I saw her. You know what I mean by notice, right? Um, the reason it was odd that I noticed her is because she's older than me, like by bit. I call her to be my mom old, right? In fact, I gotta make sure that don't let me hear condo here, so don't turn me in, I'll go to prison. That old, right? Um, Not that she would, but yeah, I am operating under the assumption that those laws are only enforced in the case of physical abuse or uh, property disputes or estate disputes. That's the only time they ever come into play. If I'm not left an inheritance, left a token inheritance, not that this will go on that long. It could last, I think. I really do. Just that a second. I was under medicated when I first moved in. People around here will tell you I was under medicated for a long time. It's not going to torture me. But when I first moved in the first little bit, I was under medicated by a bit. Uh, Substantially, in fact, I'd say. But I wasn't making any noise because no one was bothering me. I'd lie on the sofa and I would imagine she could hear me. I wouldn't talk to her. Sometimes I talk to her. And it's just a source of peace and comfort, right? Sometimes I get frustrated because there was no apparent reply. But um, so she's the only neighbor in the neighborhood, though some other women like to think they are. There's a little bit of a knot in my head regarding that I can't untangle. And part of this knot is that despite the age difference, dear God, do I want to screw her? Um, and then she has the roommate who I I made an attempt to. I left some pink tulips on her porch on Easter, I think, or Valentine's Day, maybe, I don't know which. And it was a roommate that convinced her not to. I'm convinced. Because her roommate likes me too. And they weren't roommates at the time. They consolidated living circumstances. And now that has been in mind to speak of, I imagine. Um, so, yeah, I'm schizophrenic, right? Um, this woman has, I don't know how bad it is, but I think she has dementia with Lewy bodies, which is a psychotic disorder. Um, and it's, you know, but she seems to really want to, and um, I think I'm in a very unique position to make her life better by not A, being able to manage being around her, but B, being able to interact with her and saying things that help. Because who would, I do better than any psychologist. Yeah, even damn close. And the roommate makes me laugh. Not in a condescending way, it makes me laugh. That's kind of the best I can say for her. Um, not, not for her, not allowing for her. But yeah, that's about where I'm at with her. And I view it as if anything happens, dating separately, not as a group sex thing. But um, it just nice to have people spend time with us. People act as bodyguards. I think it's understood. Whatever, right? And the one of them that's a bit out of there, out of it. She's out of it enough, in fact, that I'd be nervous about being in public with her. Um, because of the galley whole thing. Um, and there's no chance of it. Just I'd be nervous about it in general. I guess what you gonna do, right? Um, so hopefully there's somebody that comes in and watches her a few times a week to give the roommate a break. Go out with her, and a chance to make her feel special, since obviously, well, I should say most of my attention because she's psychotic, she's psychotic. Um, but um, I, this is not about getting laid with something with a wet body orifice. Um, I have volcanic molten lava mommy issues, yes, but it's I view it as I don't see why this has to end. I mean, doubtlessly a reason will come up, but at this juncture, I don't see why it has to end. It's been going on for 2, 3 years. I don't know. Um, my if you, the kink is because I'm too strange for the kink to simply be the fact that they're both old enough to be my mother. The kink is actually that I'm hoping that, and this is like 3, 5, 9 months, or excuse me, 5, 7, 9 months down the line before I would start joking about it probably, but to see if they're receptive. But for them to prostitute me, to give referrals to other women in the neighborhood, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't know what I'm worth. Um, and I have this is not it. Can I do it myself on the screen? I don't know. I don't think I can. I don't do it. With people coming to the door, because I think I did once last night or two because of what happened. But it's not that it's not that okay, it is that one. It's I am a slut. And mommy knew how to be a slut, and so she raised me as one. And I feel like I missed the boat on that because of the illness, and I want to make up for it now, for myself, right? So I can be the person that I am. And I know if mommy I had the choice between being a computer programmer and being a prostitute, she'd rather me be a prostitute. So there's that as well. I guess she would know better than me. So that's kind of my attempt to get away with older women thing, right? Um, my point being is, if I do start prostituting myself, and because I get away with other women, if I'm good to them, they will be repeat customers. They want to spend time with me twice a month. And I don't sell pieces. I sell weight, right? meaning it's more of an escort thing. If you actually want the escort portion, fine. But you get me from otherwise from like 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. I bring a change of outfits, doing drag. You don't want the drag, you don't get the drag, and that sort of thing, right? If you want the date ahead of time, you get it. And if you want it to be a mother son thing, be a mother son thing. If you want it to be a date thing, be a date thing. If you want it to be a drag, be a drag. And this is where those women would come into play. Because you know that they're like that, just intuitively. They have these hyper specific fantasies, right? And so they'll negotiate for me. Well, Michael might not want to do that, but so, of course, they get their 15%. Um, so that's what I would like to see come of this. Yeah, starting a year in, right? 9 months. Mm. I realized that my vow of no vaginal intercourse is something that joke when I started thinking about the experience that within 40 minutes of getting fucked by one of them, I'm going to screw her. Um, so, um, yeah. Uh, yes, that's about it. Get my aunt off the chest. They need one at their own place. Instinct tells me every last one of these moments they feel more comfortable at their own place. But maybe every time they'll get that burgundy carpet and the burgundy accent wall and gold everywhere else that I've been wanting to get. Um, Guess I'll put a tip jar by the door. Like, but to make them okay with it, just to be clear, yeah, this start out as a friendship and um, you hold the schedule book. I think that'd be sufficient for them to feel okay with it. You hold the schedule book. Mhm. But I know that for some reason, I think half it's because I'm good looking and it's good smart. I know it is, but women are hypersensitive with me about older women. I'm like, I don't know if I feel with everybody or not, but So as you want the redhead, I have to pay for the first time, obviously, right? And I was gonna wait till we got to know each other and just comfortable enough with it that we could then drag. The contouring part of the whole thing, just speak on chirps. So maybe people immediately around us at whatever restaurant we were doing, that most people think I was well. Um, yeah, she'd prefer not driving. I was thinking like go over there. Something tells me women really like the mascara, not the lip makeup so much. Maybe not even the eye makeup, but the mascara and the eyeliner. Women like, so I was thinking about doing that. Um, and also, it's not enough really common on either. Um, okay. So my thought is, and this is not, this is just the fantasy way it would go, is I show up with a brandy. We just sit and talk, and three people have a bottle of brandy. They're both drinkers, despite their age. So three people have a bottle of brandy, and I'm not a drinker, so I'll be pretty lit afterwards. And I know the old women as well as I do, not in situations like that, certainly. I think there's a chance that one of them will ask me if I want to take a nap. So she shows me upstairs, and as soon as I get in the room, I start stripping, and she's standing right there because I'm drunk, and it doesn't matter because we've been drinking. And I get on the bed, and no, leave the door open. I lie down on top of the quilt, and of course, somebody's come to check on me, right? And then no, no, come in Sundays or the something like that, right? And I guess from there. Um, um, but I'm not really expecting sex the first time. At all. In fact, I don't want it. Especially not them fucking me. Oh, I go back and get my works, right? Uh, holding up canvas bag. You can't get enough canvas bags, can you? Um, and and I might get my sissy girl cut sock, but I would prefer that to the end of it. Uh, but we have some of those Viagra pills. Everything I take, right? Uh, Not everybody has a Wisconsin accent. I shouldn't do my impression of my grandmother for that. Um, but the reason is, especially with them fucking me, and they probably would feel the same way with me fucking them, is that I go over there, I hit which was straps on first. Yeah, cuts down the quality of things, right? Um, I can't help but think, not that group sex is the incentive here, but at their age, they know what to do with two women and one man. Because, frankly, doing one woman from behind when she goes on the other one's about all I got. I don't know if I've ever done that. I see you Google those things. Or I should watch porn, which I don't. Um, as I like the stories, right? Um, really, just to be completely blunt and candid, what other thing is there except one of them on my dick and the other on my tongue? And the third thing, and the last one I can possibly think of, is both of them sucking my dick at the same time. What else is there? Maybe that was something. You said none of those is particularly hyper appealing. A lot of like, um, it would. The problem with the first is you have to screw in the ass, and yeah, I'm not circumcised, and I'm old enough that it's just you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm not taking a shower afterwards, clean the shit out from underneath that like that. It's not gonna happen. Um, so that's something about that. Yeah. Hmm. So of course my inconsistent sense of loyalty makes me think I should screw the one that got the knob out my head first. Um, but it'll probably be the redhead that comes up to check on me. So, um, at which point I could talk about my attachment, which would either A, make her aggressively sexual, or B, we should go together. Um, what I really like about that, I got in that this is one of my emotional kinks, right? Is the vulnerability of me being completely naked, but there not being any seduction or sex, and her being completely clothed, and behaving as though I'm completely comfortable with it, which is not really within the general sense of things. So, um, I thought, I guess that's fun. Is my mic picking? It's not going very high. Oh, if you could hear it, you could hear it. There we go. It's getting the yell now. Um, anyway, get back to the kitchen after I eat some more. God, I don't know why I've been eating so much. Well, the fruit's gone too. I feel like it is Friday, isn't it? Yeah, I was gonna wait till Friday to order more groceries. Yeah, last Friday. How about I do? What I have left over is a question. I think I got like maybe 5, 6 meals left over. I had nothing when they came, like absolutely nothing. Maybe only 4 meals left over. I spent $130. Yeah, right. So I gotta buy some stuff I don't like as much, like spaghetti and things like that. I'll eat less too that way. So as for these two women, like I said, I'll be up all day today, but I'll be too tired by noon, even if I take 2 pills. And I don't think they want me to do it over the weekend. So that means, but I'll get to bed by like 5 p.m. today. Again, there's not to do today, right? And maybe 7. I take one at 7 a.m. And the next one at 1 or 2 p.m. and then 9, I guess. So 8 or 9. I wake up nice and early on Saturday, and Saturday's not a good day. So Sunday, I still have my sleep today because I'm counting on, though I shouldn't count on it, certainly by Wednesday, the insomnia breaking. And then so, this might be a late next week thing, depending on what happens after the insomnia breaks, which I just can't predict. Um, I'll be sleeping 12 to 14 hours a day. I'll be awake 10 to 12. But what will I be like during those 10 to 12 hours? Will I just lie in bed, stare at the ceiling, right? Do I have energy? Like even enough to do this right here.